You know, I really need to get a life, or this crap's going to drive me insane. This morning I decided I would watch APAC to see the much vaunted Senate Estimates Committee grilling of Professor Gillian Triggs over her report to the Parliament on children in detention, which I might add, I believe is a bloody disgrace on both the ALP and the Coalition. No bias here. Children in detention should not be happening under any circumstances, under any government, full stop. The committee is being chaired by Senator McDonald, who in reality is a Coalition loser big time, and demonstrated today clearly why that's the case. Senator McDonald was a shadow minister in opposition and was extremely rankled when he was overlooked for a ministerial role in the newly elected Abbott government. And he didn't fail to let anyone know, or let the world know, just how he felt about his omission from the ministry. It was worse than some bitter old bitch whinging at a CWA bake-off. Senator McDonald at best can be described as an embittered, belligerent and uninformed fart, and he proved that comprehensively today at the Senate Estimates hearing. He was questioning Professor Triggs about things that were in her preliminary report, asking her why they were stated, and then adding, astoundingly, he was unsure of whether they were included in her final report, as, wait for it, he hadn't read it. When all hell broke loose, he pathetically explained that he had not read it because, quote, I think it is partisan, unquote. Noticing there were no crystals scattered on the bench in front of him, and he hardly looked like a gypsy psychic, just how could he think that? Besides, the taxpayers are paying this imbecile to know, not to think, not to form an opinion on a report based on some piss-headed politician with a partisan attitude giving him an earful in the members' bar at some stage after the House rises. This charlatan is getting extra money for the taxpayer for chairing that committee and cannot even take the time to read the report, which comprised a good deal of the committee's time that he was overseeing. He thinks it's partisan. Have you ever heard anything lamer from an incompetent politician who had admitted to not even reading the document? Give me a fucking break. What a fraud. As the polls indicate, the general public, and after all, we're the ones that put these public servants there. And that is exactly what they are. Nothing more, nothing less. They are the only ones that think there's something more. Most people in the public consider the Prime Minister's judgment to be askew. I'm here to tell you, in this instance, in leaving this dunce out of the Cabinet, the Prime Minister's judgment was spot on. Congratulations, Mr. Abbott. The last thing we needed was this imbecile as a minister.